Varski and Monze. We running now with a cup of espresso
Nice. What up?
for
What
the
up? What up?
people. Welcome
Back in
to
full
another
effect.
episode of Varski and Monze. And of course, I am your boy.
Varski.
And across from me is the one and only, the great
Monze.
And you
We
know
don't even-
this
We don't even do this on purpose. We just do it because you want to. Wait, that's on purpose. Never
is
mind.
true. It's true. Like we just having fun, but at the same time, we dropping gems, we dropping
That's
jewels, we dropping knowledge.
That's it. That is it. You see the game this week? Yo, speaking of that, hold on a second. Before we even go further, you think Canada won today?
Yes, Team Canada has now made it to the. Is it called Sweet 16?
Yeah, the next
SNCAA.
round. Yeah, that's the next
Yeah.
round.
So we got out of the round of 32. Was it
Yeah, that's the knockout rounds.
knockout rounds?
Yeah, the
And
32.
we beat South Africa today.
Jeez.
Which is dope.
Sheesh.
The place is buzzing. The place is buzzing. And being in one of the host cities, being up here in Vancouver, the place is definitely buzzing. Toronto's buzzing, Canada's buzzing, and I think we're either gonna play Netherlands or Morocco.
Oof.
Some heavy favorites.
Yeah, man.
So-
yeah, you
so-
know what? Everybody, I saw a meme today. Everyone in South America is rooting for one team right now. Cabo
Brazil?
Verde. Cabo Verde.
Oh, and you know, like I'm not mad at Cape Verde or
Right.
Cape Verde. There's
Yeah.
so many different ways I heard how it's pronounced. The country off the coast of Africa.
Yes.
Off the left coast of
But
Africa.
you know why they weren't rooting for them?
Cape Verde. Because they're such a small country. Everyone counted them out. And I know their goalie's getting a lot of their goalie's trending right now. Because he's
Main
40
reason-
years old.
The main reason they're rooting for them, they got a monster to.
Is it against Brazil? No, Brazil
Argentina
and
Japan. They got
oh,
Argentina.
so they're rooting for the underdog. Okay,
they're like,
I see.
all of South America except for Argentina is rooting for Cabo Verde.
Yeah, it's intense now. Like so we're just at the tail end of the knockout rounds, and then basically the round of 16 is going to be
Right.
starting shortly. So it's
that's gonna be
getting
wild.
intense. It's going to get
And
intense.
the only thing that frustrates me is that I'm watching it progressively get earlier and earlier in the week.
Mhm.
Right? So it started on Saturday, then ended up on Friday, then it ended up on Wednesday, and now here we are on Monday. I'm like, we're gonna start the week off like this. So if your team loses, you gotta ride the rest of the week.
Well,
you know,
tomorrow for you guys, well, because where you're from is like Brazil country.
yeah, oh yeah,
Heavy Brazil. A lot of Florida supports Brazil, and for good reason. And Brazil versus is it Japan or South Korea?
Japan,
Is Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, so
Yo,
it's getting intense.
Crazy thing about it is that Japan and Brazil are also synonymous with each other, right? Because Sao Paulo has the largest population of Japanese people outside of Japan.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's like half and half.
Yes. So if you look over it, right, it said the largest number of Africans outside of Africa is
Brazil.
The largest number of Asians of
Japanese
outside of Japan is in Brazil, right?
Wow.
So now here you are, you got a team that's facing people in the Caribbean and over in Africa. It's like okay, we're rooting for Brazil. Then you got Japan that's like, hey, yes, nah, like here we are.
And you know what? I know it's Canada's first introduction to the World Cup. It's the first time Canada's ever made it. It's the first time Canada's ever made it through the knockout round.
Right.
But the people got to know, Team Canada, you know, like, I don't know what people around the world think about Canadians, but we're so multicultural. Like, each one of those players on the team represents a different country, but we just rep Canada. So
Of
like
course.
you have Africans, you have you have Jamaicans, you have but we're all Canadians, but we all have that culture. You know what I'm saying? You have people that are from Toronto, people from Vancouver, like people from just all across the country. So it's like, yeah, Canada's such a lot of refugees, a lot of people migrated, a lot of people immigrated to Canada over the years, much like America.
Right.
But they it wasn't so much of a melting pot. Like when you migrate to Canada, you still rep that country that you came from, but you're Canadian. Like in America is different. Like I'm American now. Like yeah, I'm from here, but I'm American.
But we
In
got that too.
Canada, yeah,
Yeah.
there is, and there's big groups, you know, like the
Yeah.
big Latino communities, the big African communities, and
And the
Italian
Greek
communities,
communities, the
Greek.
the the
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
you know.
huge like that. But at the end of the day, it's like we're in America, but in Canada, it's half and half. It's like I'm African, but I'm Canadian, or I'm Jamaican, but I'm Canadian. Like it's such a unique
Now
twist to it.
here you just like, "Oh, where you from?" "Africa." "Alright, cool. Alright. So you're African American?" "No, I am African."
And
"Okay."
but see, the thing that I don't necessarily like about that in America, it's like if you black, you black. If you're Negro, you're Negro. If you're African, you're African. It's like we're all one.
So
But in
everything is
America,
one.
they're quick to say, no, I'm from Africa, Africa. And
We gotta
then people are quick to say, like, no, I'm African American. I'm from Chicago. I'm from New York. I'm from LA. It's like they're
we
fighting all the time instead of just having that oneness.
we
That's the
gotta
one
remember, man,
thing.
our whole culture is built on separation,
100%. That's
right?
how
It's
the
built on separation.
colonizers intended it.
Right, and when you do that, oh, we police ourselves. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you know what? I'm not really American, I'm from here." Right? "Oh, I'm
Mhm.
not really this, I'm from here." And it's like, you're built to not like yourself, right?
But when you say that, and then I say this, and this is why I love Jamaican culture, because out of many, one
One.
people. And
That's
this
it.
is what I live by. That is my culture, and
Yo,
that's my tradition.
I've
So
that has
that's
been
what I rock
life,
with. That's what I rock with.
life for years. That's been life. Right, like, I
Yeah.
don't care, like, we're all in this together, I don't have no time.
Yeah.
I cannot stand, like, if you're about hating on other people for no reason, I don't wanna be around you, right? If you don't like somebody because of their skin color, because of their nationality, I don't wanna be around you, right?
There's like the saying goes, there's bad apples in every bunch,
Yeah,
and there's good apples in every bunch. Just, you know, you
true.
just gotta rock with the good ones, and the people that aren't doing good,
You
don't rock with them.
no, you leave them alone. It is what it is,
Mhm.
right? I think when you look at things, it's like, I think there's so many different things in this world that are meant to separate us, whether you be I'm this religion, right? I
Mhm.
I I like this team. No, I like this team. Oh, you know what? I like this computer versus this computer. I have this phone versus this phone. Right? There's so many different things where it's just like, you know, that's the one thing I used to love about you love about hip hop,
Yeah,
right?
everybody had their own style or different
Everybody had their own
trend or
style, but you knew what you were a part of.
yeah, it
That's
was
the
one
biggest thing.
thing.
One thing, right? So you could be sitting inside here, and you're like, "Yo, I like LL. Well, I like Cool Mo D. Man,
Mhm.
LL said Cool Mo D killed LL. Yeah, whatever. I don't care, man. LL's my dude." And da da da. But you know what? You there in the same space.
Exactly. And hip hop, that's a great example.
You know.
How people are from one thing but have a lot of difference. Like, okay, you got hip hop all across the world. You got hip hop in Africa, you got hip hop in England, you got hip hop in Europe, like everywhere. And then you have like Canadian hip hop. You know, you have Southern American hip hop. You got West Coast hip hop. You got East Coast New York hip hop. So it's like all different kinds. And then like you have all this new trending stuff. Like if you look at K-pop, K-pop is a twist that K-pop is a child of hip hop. It's just Korean style.
Course.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course, man.
Because they use those elements. They use the R&B elements. They use the hip hop elements, and then they use the Asian twist. Now it's K-pop.
That
So
and
hip
it's
hop is everything.
and K-pop's fire too, man. I can't even lie
Yeah,
to you. K-pop is fire. Right?
I'm.
Like I don't even know what the hell they saying sometimes. I'm like, yo, that's I don't know what he said, but I'm sure there's words in there that go along with what he's saying right now. This has got
Yeah,
to be this is crazy. Right?
K-pop is. I think K-pop and Afro beats, which and Afro beats. The Afro beats came from reggae music. You know what I'm
Afrobeats,
saying?
monster too.
And
Right? What's
hip
his name?
hop
Burna
came
Boy?
from reggae music. Yeah, but
Yeah.
they got a ton of Afro beats
Man,
people.
they,
Nigerian, Ghana.
they said that what's it called, man? I remember somebody was talking about it. I think it was what there was on Club Shay Shay,
Mhm.
right? And I forgot who he was interviewing. And it's like, you don't understand, man. They said hip hop came from Jamaican dance hall, right?
100%.
And he was like, come on. And she said, look up Cool Herc. There it is. That's it. That's
I
that's
I'm
that's it.
I can't believe
Right?
people don't know their history
People
like
don't
that.
know this,
Like
man.
people recognize, okay, hip hop came from reggae music. It came
Reggae
from
music.
Jamaica.
Right.
And Afro beats came from the father of Afro beats is reggae music, came from
Yes.
Jamaica. The
Right.
father of reggaeton, Spanish,
Jamaica.
Jamaica is the birthplace. So
Right. I told you that
people
even in
recognize.
I'm in São Luís, Brazil, right?
Mhm.
Nothing but reggae music. They got a road called Reggae Road,
There you go.
right? On the road, there's a big statue of a man and a woman with locks, right? Dark skin, right?
And the thing is, a lot of people wonder why is Jamaica so influential in the music, in music. So for the people who don't know the history, I read this book long time ago to back up these facts, but a lot of people know culturally. Okay, when when boats and ships were coming over from Europe, like
Uh-huh.
in the British Empire, so you had technology. Those ships coming from England, they were coming with German technology. So the stereo equipment, the Technique turntables, the
Right.
Panasonic, all the equipment that was coming from Germany was coming
Right.
via those British ships. All the and as well as the language, as well as the English language. So the technology, the English language, as well as the spices from India, East India, Bombay at the time it was called, the
Right.
silks and the silks from Hong Kong, another British empire, and the indigenous food from Ghana was coming over to Jamaica. And
Right.
all those things fused together with the
Crip.
indigenous people that were already on the
Yes.
island, and the Africans and the British and the Irish and the Scotsmen, and all those people came to Jamaica and it fused together. And there you had the first English speaking black people in the
Right.
New World. And that's why Jamaican people have so much culture. They have so much, they know their roots, they know who they are, and they're fused together with the
Bunch of different
cultures
cultures.
from Hong Kong, India,
Right.
Germany, British
'Cause
Empire,
you look
Ghana.
at you look at it, right? People don't realize it. A lot of I heard him say something to where it's like he's like, "Man, I've never heard a white person speaking patois."
You need to go to Jamaica.
You
You'll
go to
find a
Jamaica, man. You
Chinese person, you'll find an Indian person, you'll
Indian
find a
person.
white person,
How they
you'll
call
find
it
a
Indian people
German
because the
person.
coolie?
Yeah, they
They
call
said,
them coolie.
"You have coolie hair, man. You have coolie hair." I said, every Asian person was Mr. Chin."
Yeah. So there's a lot of history that people don't know. Like
No, man.
Jamaica is the roots, and the rum. Like a lot of people know Jamaica as tourism, and they go there, they have a good time. But the sugar cane that was imported from India,
Right,
when that was fermented, it made the high potency rum. And
right.
Jamaica is known for their rum, so
Man,
there's a lot of history over
man, it's
there.
a lot of history there, man.
Even the
Right.
technology, Jamaica was one of the no, Jamaica was the first country to develop a railroad, even before America, for transportation. Jamaica was the first country to develop telecommunications underwater. Jamaica's
Mm.
very innovative. It was a British colony at one time.
Right,
Now they're independent for many, many years, over 50, 60 years. But
right.
yeah.
That's the biggest thing, man. When you start seeing things grow like that, you really gotta get to know where you're from, man. We're not
Mm-hmm.
just here dancing and jumping around and running track. Like there's more, you know. There's more to it, man. Yo, but let's not get it twisted. Track is big. Track and field is
Yeah, man.
huge. It's
Huge.
huge, man. But just you look at it and it's deep.
Mm-hmm.
It's deep. There's a reason why everybody felt and I think somebody said the other day, they said, "So you know Jamaicans don't listen to Bob Marley, right? Like everybody outside of Jamaica listens to Bob Marley, right?"
But
You know?
Bob Marley is kind of like a cultural
Yeah,
forefather. It's almost like the air that
yeah.
Jamaicans breathe. It's just part of the culture. But
Part of it's the culture, man.
hmm
Like, yo, you come out there and say, "Yo, you breathe today?" Bob Marley. "Yeah, man. We're good."
yeah,
So we're good, man. We're good. We're good. You
very,
know?
very influential in
That
the
these are
culture.
things, honestly, you got to go. You gotta see it. You gotta feel it. But you only get there, I kid you not, by opening your eyes and seeing outside of what you already know.
Hmm.
Outside of what you already know. Like
Don't fall victim to the
oh,
stereotypes.
dude, it's ridiculous because there's certain cultures that are meant for hate.
Hmm.
Right? That's all they do. That's all they do. They know hate. They don't know anything else. And the only way they can survive is hating other people and separating everyone else. Right? And that's where your issues come in because you think by falling into that you become part of that, you perpetuate that, then yeah, I'm on the winning side. No, all you're doing is creating more divide, more separation, more anger, more frustration, more stress, right? And your mindset is completely different, right? This is the reason why a lot of times, if you walk outside there, people don't even understand each other no because no one wants to. They always want to talk about, look what's happening to me,
Yeah.
right?
Instead of looking at the community, looking at the big
Right.
picture, looking
I've
at
learned
how can we fix things? How can we make things better?
they said to me one day, they said, everyone is tuned into one frequency and one frequency alone. WIIFM. Right. What's in it for me?
and I'm not mad at that, but there's a point where you got to help yourself before you help others,
That's
right?
it.
So
No,
so
that's the
help
thing.
yourself, but the goal should be help yourself so you could help others, not help
Right.
yourself so you could be greedy and not help
No.
others, right?
Right. See,
So
but that's even on that, when you help yourself, right? I had to really understand what that meant. I thought it meant being selfish, and in a way it kind of does, right? But what can I do for you if I can't do anything for myself?
100%. It's almost like
Yeah.
you heard this a million times. Like when you're on an airplane, if if something's going wrong, the plane's going down, the gas mask or the air mask
You got to
pops
put
out
the
of the
yep.
roof.
That's
You
it.
put the oxygen mask on yourself first. Then you put the oxygen mask on your child or the person next to you. So you got to help yourself first before you help someone else.
Exactly. Man, that's dope. Hold on a second.
Power up.
That's what I'm talking about. That is a power up right there. Cuzzo,
What's
so
good? What's good?
you know, I don't know if you've been seeing on social media, right? There's these gurus out there. There's a
Hmm.
guru on every page, right? Gurus are like buttholes. Everyone has one, and they all stink, right? Right?
That's word.
And they're out here saying, "Hey, look, you know what? I can show you how to quit your job in 2 weeks." Right?
Quit your job in 2 weeks.
And I thought
Well,
about it. And you know what? It's like I don't know. I must be tripping. There cannot be that many six-figure earners in this world right now. right? And if there is, what am I doing wrong? Right?
Well, I come from a world where it's like it's good to have a job. You know,
Of
it
course.
teaches ethics, you know, it teaches yeah, don't get me wrong, you have a boss, you have a supervisor, you work for this company, you got to adhere to the rules. And I'm not saying like you have a job and that's the end all be all. Most of what I've learned is like you shouldn't even be working at the place unless you enjoy being there. I do
And
understand you might have
ah, boy.
some kind of circumstance where you have to work at this factory lifting boxes or packing trucks, but you should be making a plan of how you could elevate or even, you know, go up the ladder in that company.
Right. I agree
And
with that.
I also come from the world where it's like you should have multiple revenue streams. So having a job is only one revenue stream. It doesn't mean you can't have a second and third and fourth revenue stream.
Right. You know,
So
when you
that's my perspective.
that's Jamaicans.
And you know, the disclaimer is yes, we are first generation. Or no, Lavar is born in Jamaica. I'm a first generation Jamaican Canadian kid, so it's embedded in us to have at least minimum five revenue stream minimum, and that's not even a lot. That's not even a lot.
Like, yeah,
So
when I was your age, I was the judge, the jury, the policeman, and the criminal.
hey man, time to go to work. Definitely one of my favorite shows in living
Oh
color.
man. Right.
Keenan Ivory Wayans. Yeah.
I kid you not, man. It's funny when you look at it, right? But I'm watching it, I'm like, well, that's not how Jamaicans are. And as I'm saying this, I'm looking over at my mom, right? And my mom is here working in the garage, and she has a shop, and she's working at that too, right? And I'm just like, man, my goodness, man, my whole family was like self-employed, right? My aunts were doing nails. I got an aunt that does real estate. You know, it's like it's crazy. My uncle owned a restaurant,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's like you look at it and it's like, but it's not for sometimes it's not for everybody. And if you're in that path, right? I understand what a lot of these gurus are telling you, right? I understand it. I can see it and it sounds good because everyone wants to tell you the right thing, right? But nothing ever was built without working hard for it.
Yes, and
Right.
working strategically, working smarter, not necessarily breaking your back. Like there's a
Right.
time and place to like, you know, sweat for it, but it's not a continuously sweat back breaking, you know, endeavor. It's like sometimes you sweat, sometimes you use your mind, sometimes you're strategic, sometimes you know, preventive. You know, you got to be work smarter, not harder, right?
You if you don't like what you're doing, it's not the fact that the job is garbage. It's not the fact that what you're doing is garbage. It's the fact that your perspective is garbage, right? Because you look at it as I have to come here in order to do this. No, you have to come here to solve issues, right?
Exactly.
You're coming here to build your knowledge of how to solve issues. You're coming here
Hmm.
to build your character on how to solve the issue. If you don't know, like I said, not everybody can be a Hove or a Dame Dash where we just sit here and, you know, we got extra money we can do these with and we're going to try. But even with that, their mentality was different because they built it from the hustle.
And you know,
Right.
it's a I don't know if this is just in a Jamaican household or hustler household, but you got to learn the system to beat the system. So
Ooh, my mom used to always
so
tell me that. My mom said
yeah, so
that.
I don't know if it's a Jamaican thing, but you got to learn the system if you want to beat the system.
How they say?
Don't
Go ahead. Go ahead.
you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like I
Dude.
view I view like work, going to a job is an educational endeavor for me every day. What can I learn new? You know, why is this company in that position to pay me my wages? They obviously got something right. This does that, this does that. The customer gets this, then they come
Right.
back. We have this policy. This is how we treat the customer. They give a 5-star rating. This is how, you know what I mean? We do refunds in this. We have this type of warranty. You need a receipt if you want to do a return. You know what I mean? Like these small little protocols, you know what I mean? It's a learning endeavor, it's a learning experience. So it's like you got to learn the system if you want to beat the system.
How they say? My mom used to always say, "You have to kiss asses first before you kick them."
There you go.
Right. You have to understand what you're looking at. What you said, that's pure bars. Pure bars. Right. Because even when I go into situations, right, this world that we're looking at, it's already backwards. It's already upside down. People
Hmm.
want you to feel bad. Think about it. Right. Put it all in perspective. How many reels have you ever skipped on YouTube or Instagram? And the first thing they do is play the sad music. So you go, oh my gosh.
I
Oh,
know, I
oh.
know. Playing with your psyche.
Right.
It's
And
a
it's so it's like it's so sometimes it's so emotionally draining. So when you walk out here, you already think people don't like you.
hmm
You already think this people they're gonna try and screw you. Imagine you walk into a situation, it's like, this is my expectation. You don't like me. Actually, I had to tell a lady that before. I told somebody
hmm
that said somebody walked in and they had an attitude, right? And they'll be like, well, you always make me feel stupid. I looked, I said, what did I say outside of hello that makes you feel stupid?
that
Right?
was a
Let's put it
preconceived thought they already
right.
had. Yeah.
I said, you came in here ready. Only problem is that you didn't know how to express your emotions and it spilled out. You weren't supposed to say that right now. Right? But that's okay. But how can we help you? Look, I'm here on your side. Where do we need to go from here? Right?
Yeah, and I see your point of view. Like you work in a setting where you're dealing with people one on one.
Yes.
They all have particular endeavors that are, they're looking for a particular product, and
Right.
you're guiding them through that process to get them the right product.
Right.
So you're dealing with so many different walks of life, right? And I understand where you're coming from, and people, are the state of the world, pressure, family issues, whatever. They already have these preconceived things weighing them down,
Right.
and it does take a toll, and it doesn't make their vision and their thought process clear.
Right.
And and the thing is, what I tell people out there, what Varsky and what Mons and what the Power Up podcast show is about guiding people on that right path. Like,
Right.
we're not miracle workers, but we went through our own trials and tribulations, and
Still
from
are.
our yeah, we still are. And
Still are.
from our experience, we dropped that knowledge, we dropped those jewels, we dropped that knowledge, so you could take away from that and go out there and better yourself. Our
Right.
disclaimer is this is for education purpose use only. So we're not telling you this is how you do it, but we're saying if you could gain some type of knowledge from what we're bringing to the forefront, more power to you,
That's
because
it.
someone out there taught us something. So now we're taught, and we learn from self experience, from going through the meat grinder, and we're just trying to help people out there, like providing value. So
Absolutely.
get your mind right first. Try to do your best to get your situation figured out before you go out into the world blaming others for your own personal stuff that's messing with you, messing with you. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
So
And that's the thing right there, especially when it comes down to if you're that's your job for me. This is my thing right here. You have to literally see beyond your own thing, right? And bring that experience to somebody else because honestly, I understand you may not like what you do, but I can guarantee you this. If you're trying to do something outside of it, your job is not stopping you, right?
no,
Because
the
you
job
have
the job is helping.
how they say they say it's your 9 to 5 is not what's stopping you. It's what you're doing from 5 to 9 is what's stopping you,
Mm.
right?
Yo, hit him with a
Hold
power
on,
up.
wait, with the power up. Hold on, wait, where is it? Where is it? Boom.
Power up.
That's what's up. You know, your
Right.
9 to 5 is not what's stopping you. It's what
It's
you're
what
doing
from
from
5 to 9. That's what's killing you, right?
mm,
Because you come home and honestly, I understand everything. Don't get it twisted. Nobody's sitting here on the cloud watching the world from above. Sitting, look, you leave what you're doing, that procrastination bug that hits you, that is you rewarding yourself for a stressful day, right?
It's true, like, and it's norm. It's become popular culture. People just want to veg out and watch their
That's
favorite show.
it. Be-
Watch Netflix. Watch their favorite game. And don't get me wrong, I'm a fanatic. I love my sports. I watch basketball, football, soccer. I love my sport, baseball. But at the same time, I gotta balance it. I gotta figure out there's a time and place. Like if I'm watching sports or I'm watching the big game or I'm watching the fight, I'm not gonna let it consume the rest of my night. I'm gonna make a list of some things I gotta do, or I'm gonna do some research online or
right.
like something.
Those are the things where it's like, if you if you're here, right, and you come home, like I say, what you're looking at it, you want to reward yourself. That's what they say procrastination really is. It's just you rewarding yourself for the stressful day that you dealt with. Just like how you said, sometimes you want to veg out. But
Hmm.
that's the thing, right? That's where discipline now comes in, right?
Yes, there you
That's where
go.
discipline comes in. And if you think about it, this is what you're trying to be taught, because you can't just be disciplined one day. You have to consistently perform the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? And you got to do it, right, like it's the first time you did it, right? I
There,
used to,
there's a study that they did with like toddlers,
uh
and a lot of people probably heard this. It's like, okay, the teacher sat the kids down in a circle, and they said, "It's cookie time. It's break time. Snack time. We could all have one cookie right now, but if you wait 2 minutes, you can have two cookies." So you know, it's maybe half of the kids took their cookie right away and they ate their cookie. And the other half, like roughly 50%, waited the 2 minutes and they got two cookies, you know? So delayed gratification
that's it.
is one thing that it's not like learned overnight, but delayed gratification, not the instant gratification. I do this, I get this now. Sometimes put in the work and wait. Plant the seed, water it, let it grow because then it's more bountiful.
It's the that's the oof, that's beautiful, right? Because it's true. It's true. People don't get it because it's like, look, man, I know on Instagram, you watching Instagram. I can see it, right? You watching Instagram, and the first picture, here's me, and I'm broke. Look at me being broke. Like you really started off taking a picture about me being, look, this is me at $0, and this is me now a millionaire in the middle of Dubai
Yeah,
sitting here. Come on, man.
yeah,
That's not realistic. And I
nah.
understand. I understand. Look, don't hate. If you want to hate, that's fine. I don't care. I also read the 48 Laws of Power. Right? Right? You know, but let's be honest, right? For a lot of people, that's not realistic, right? But what is realistic, hey, look, this is me, my first day at my new job. This is me, day 30 at my new job. Hey, this is me, 2 years at my new job. Hey, this is me using my 401k to step outside and build up my business, my new business with my new job. Here's me working my new job and building my business at the same time. All right.
Hmm.
Here's me building my new building my new business, right? And now I'm stepping back into part-time at my new job, at my job. It's not a new job anymore,
Hmm.
right? I'm stepping part-time into that now, right? Here's me establishing my business, hiring my first employees, right? Here's me expanding my business and building another location. By the way, I had to walk away from my job.
Yes, and
Right?
okay, there is one concept that I did see, via scrolling that these financial gurus talk about. They say find your number. Find your number, what your monthly liabilities are. Find out
Mhm.
how much your rent is, how much your car note is, how much your water bill, light bill, food bill, entertainment costs. Find out that number. And when your business that you're doing on the side from your full-time job could provide that amount of money, then you don't quit your day job. You may step down your hours. You're not
Right.
full-time, you could do part-time like Var was saying. But find your number. Find your number so you're not putting yourself in the red, right?
That's where it is. It's it's delayed gratification,
Delayed
right?
gratification.
Everybody wants instantaneous gratification. I shouldn't have to live a life like this. What did you do to get here? What did you do? Right? I remember I used to talk to people and they were like, I should be living like this. Okay, well, what are you doing to be there? Right?
And like we heard it a ton of times. I think 50 said it in one of his rap songs. Like if you never felt pain, how would you know what what good feels like if you never felt
Right.
the pain? You know what I'm
But
saying?
you want to know something that he said. I remember him hearing him say this. He said, if I got there right away, right, I wouldn't know how to handle being there right away.
There you
Right.
go.
Everything that I went through made me more appreciative of actually getting there on time. Right. Everything that I went through had me appreciative of what I went of what I it made me understand it more. So I didn't just throw the opportunity away. Right. And that's what people don't get. You don't appreciate the process anymore. People don't appreciate the process. The process
Mhm.
is it's probably the best thing because that is where the
That's the education.
that's it. That's where the culture is built. That's where the understanding is built. That's where,
Mhm.
I'm getting tired of my light going out. Right? you know, you know, Amaran,
That
we have to
that's
talk.
that's 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 the education.
Right. You know, you have to understand that nothing we get, how they say, faith without works is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Right.
you could pray, you could ask God, I need help. I you know what I mean? But faith without getting up in the morning, getting yourself looking presentable and going to handle that to-do list, faith without putting in the work ain't gonna help.
It becomes you have to own who you are,
Mhm.
regardless. You have to own it. You have to be like, okay, you know what? This is what I have. No, I don't have everything that I need right now. I don't. And I don't care. All right. I'm gonna go out with what I have. I'm gonna do what I can to build what I need. Right. And if I'm not where I need to be, somebody will be there along that way to tell me where I'm going.
There you go. That's the truth. Like we're saying before, it's like we still go through the process every day. We're human. We go through ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and we still got to figure it out like everybody else.
That's it.
And even when I've met multimillionaires, I've met people who've had it and lost it. They still go through the ebbs and flows.
Right.
Nobody is exempt. We have to go through these processes. You have a day, like we all love payday, but when you pay all your bills and you do all this and you pay all these different things, you don't like that feeling after you just put all that money out. But then
Oh
you
man.
get back up and you go get that money again, right?
Right.
So we all go through it.
Everyone, man. And that's the biggest thing. As long as we understand that, right? It's the thing is understanding we all go through it.
Hmm.
Right. Anyone who has anything worth having worked for it.
100.
Right. We can't look at so right now we're doing a podcast. This is the Power Up podcast. We not
Uh-huh.
we not $1 million worth of game. Right. We're
Yep.
not drink
This
champs. Right. We're
we're
not
power
Jada
up.
and Joe. We're Power Up. Right. We're not the
That's what's
shop.
up.
We're Power Up. Right. So
Hmm.
you know what? Those guys have names that go along with everything that they're doing. We got to build it from the ground up, right?
That's what's
Think
up.
about think about it like this. They have names and they still have to build it from the ground up.
Yes.
Think about that.
100.
They have names
100.
and they still have to build it from the ground up,
So that's a
right?
perfect example, Var. You would think like someone who has a big celebrity, big notoriety, won championships, had high achievements, done crazy things, like, people revere them. Nah, they got to get up every day
They gotta get every
still.
day, still do the same
Still,
exact thing.
every day, those
The
same guys
same
that you look up to, they get up every day and grind.
'cause, oh, this might be the next shirt. Hard work does not discriminate. Everyone has to
Anybody,
do it.
anybody got to do it.
Anyone can get it. So,
Hmm.
hard work does not discriminate, right?
It's true.
Anyone can
It's
get
true.
it,
It's so true.
right?
And I think we hit the head of the nail with that one. It doesn't matter how much notoriety a person has. They got to
No,
get up every day and go grind
every
it
day.
out.
You
And
you
that's
still got
that's why we came up with this podcast, the Power Up podcast. It's like, it's not what we do in our 9 to 5,
it's
it's
what
what we do
it's what we do from
after.
5 to 9, right? Because honestly, when it came down to it, right, I hate you. As soon as I got off work, "Hey, man, I'm ready. Let's rock."
That's
Right?
word,
Because
like,
we had to go,
yeah, that
right?
if we're gonna achieve the goals that we set out to achieve, we got to put in this work.
Because the plane has to go, and it ain't going nowhere unless we fly it, right?
And
So
and when speaking of that, like, I got to shout out everybody hitting in, everybody watching the stories, everybody watching the reels, liking and sharing, and
yes,
um and hitting up VAR, hitting me up, like people who haven't seen it in forever, people that like the movement, people that like what we're doing, like
love
we're
it.
just
I
showing you
appreciate it.
we're just showing you what it is, right?
Levels. This is look, we're not like I said, we're what we are is we are gonna be who we are,
That's
right?
what's up.
We are gonna be who we are, as authentic as we possibly can. This is what we deal with on a regular basis. We get up, we go to work, we come home, we put things together,
Hmm.
right? If the people don't understand the amount of work we put in on the back end, and it's not to say that we talk about this, we do a lot because we want to make sure that no matter what it is, the message is authentic as possibly can,
Uh-huh.
right? So
And
so no matter what it is,
yeah, and providing that value, people out there, like, if you want to move up, you want to, like, gain notoriety, provide value. The more value you provide, that's what's going to give you that
that's what's going to get you
that
where you're
that
trying to go.
that extra gravy. You know what I'm saying?
Good. The one thing I've seen, right? They say that before you quit your job, trying to put everything on the and like I said again, hear me out. If you've already done it, this is not for you. This is not for you. Okay. If you've already quit your job or you walked away and you say, I'm going to build my life, this is not for you.
You
Right.
need to get a
This is
new
for that
job. Yeah.
person who is looking at everything and saying, hey, what should I do?
Mhm.
Right. I feel like I hate this place. First and foremost, if you hate it, right, that's not the job, that's you.
Mhm.
Right. You are projecting what you feel internally on everything else because you feel like something is stopping you from getting where you're going. You know what that is? You are the kind of person right now that if you're driving up the street and somebody in front of you is going 45 miles per hour, you are blowing at them because you want to go 55. Right.
Yeah. Just
That's what
change
it is.
lanes and go around 'em.
And go around. Right. That's all you got to do. Change lanes, go around. The same thing with over here. If you look at it, your perspective is different. If you're working here, this job is not paying your bills. This job is your investor. This is your first investor. And you know what it is? You're getting on the job training. Let me see how to deal with people. Let me go see how I can
Mhm.
overcome objections. Let me see how I can overcome obstacles. Let me see how I can deal with
Exactly.
everything that I'm seeing right now.
Mhm.
Because that's what people don't get. Look at the world that we're in right now. When we went through COVID, guess what everyone did? They now don't want to talk to anybody,
Mhm. They
right? We're in a
isolated
place
themselves.
mentally, we're isolated still, right? We need to get to the point where I understand who you are, you understand who I am, right?
And the
Why
the
we
thing the thing, Var, I think, you know, one of my mentors, someone who I look up to, is Robert Kiyosaki. I like what he has done over the last, 20, 30 years. And the thing is, use what you got, whatever you got to get what you want. And two, just, even Jigga said it on Reasonable Doubt. You let your shit bubble quiet and then you blow. You
and
don't
you
you don't
blow.
have to you don't have to go tell everybody your business. You make your plan, you write it down, you stick to it. You make your little incremental wins to
That's
yourself.
it.
You celebrate them to yourself, delayed gratification, and then over
Exactly.
time, you start to see your growth.
That's it. That's it. Right. Honestly, this is for us, this is one of the biggest things. We're both very passionate about building the vehicle, building the process, right? So that's why I said when you hear it, forgive us. That's the passion speaking. You know, forgive us. That's the that we understand because that's the one thing you got to realize. As you all remember, we are Gen Xers,
Yeah, so we
right?
got licks.
We're not gonna walk away from places that like, we were taught to get up and go to work,
Yeah,
right? But
go get it.
we're also taught to build,
Mhm.
right? And we say, "We're gonna take this and do this." You see, the generation before us, they got up, went to work, bought houses, built a family, so on and so forth. Our mindset is now, all right, we understand that's not a definite. Let's get up. We're going to go to work.
Yes.
We're going to stop right there. Hold on a second. Before we build all this, let's build another machine because we saw how that generation, whenever they tired of them, they just got rid of them.
Mhm.
Right.
And
Let's
then
create
they
another
brought in the
vehicle.
new generation, yeah.
That's it. So instead of them getting rid of us, let's create another vehicle to bring up the next generation.
Mhm.
Right. So
And
this is what we're going to do.
yeah, and it's not rocket science.
No.
There's vehicles that are already built out there economically if you don't know what to do. So you could just invest. Like you could do it the simple way. Like you could do index funds, like mutual funds. You could invest in stocks, companies that you like, places where you spend your money, that's where you invest your money. You know, um like I was saying before, like I like Robert Kiyosaki. He's taught me a lot of different things, and he always talks about the four asset classes. Like real estate, but there's a type of real estate you invest into um, uh, rental properties. Like it's not easy to go out there and buy rental properties, but you work towards that. You save at your day job to invest into something like a rental property. You
Right.
could take a portion of your income and invest into index funds like companies, and that gives you royalties and dividends. Okay, you could open a corporation. By opening a corporation, the government gives you tax breaks. You could take risk. Right now you have cryptocurrencies. You could invest into cryptocurrencies. Like, so that's like four different revenue streams. Okay, bet on yourself. Okay, how about I take a portion of my check and I invest into buying something wholesale and selling it retail at the flea market on the weekend. That's another possible
That's
revenue
another
stream.
pop-up.
How about, okay, I always wanted to sell this product. I always wanted to provide this service. Like, ladies out there, they do nails or they do eyelashes. That's another revenue stream. Like there's so many different things. You got to think about things that you're passionate about, things that you could invest into, um, and just go out there and get it. Because at the end of the day, who you should rely on is yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I think we've reached our time.
That's what's up, y'all. Yo, man,
Hey,
I'm loving this Power Up podcast.
this is fire, man.
I
I love
think we
it.
struck oil with this one, baby.
Yo, this is it right here, man. We're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna bring you more topics like this, right? Because honestly, in this world, man, let's be real, man. I'm tired of us being jaded. I'm tired of them pulling the wool over our eyes. I'm tired of all of this. I'm trying to keep up with everyone else, right? and it creates more stress, more frustration for all of us. Whatever we're going to do it to where you understand exactly what's going on in front of you and you move at your pace, right?
Mhm.
I think I heard Jay-Z said it best. By the way, I got a little Jay-Z album back there. You see it?
Yeah, I seen you cop the reasonable doubt. You say you cop
Yeah,
that at Target.
I copped it
They
at
have it.
Target.
There you go.
I copped
And
it
you
at
know,
Target.
a lot of people got a lot of stuff to say about the Carters, Jigga or Beyonce. Man, these guys been grinding for years. These
Years.
guys, what they're celebrating 30. Jigga's celebrating 30 years anniversary. So 30 years, homeboy's been grinding.
Man,
And
look, man.
35 years ago, he took the risk and he bet on himself, and he's just reaping the benefits. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I look at it like this, and they can say whatever they want to and hit me with whatever argument they want to hit with. All right. You don't bring awareness to Black culture by excluding it. You force them to look at it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Hence the reason why when everyone's talking about Colin Kaepernick kneeling at the Super Bowl, okay, so this is what you're doing. Hey, you know what? What we're going to do is we're going to bring Black culture into all the Super Bowl shows.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
That's what
see
he did.
exactly
Yeah.
what it is he's talking about. Hey, look, these are the performers. This is what we're doing. This is the life that we're doing. And every time they show up, they're going to show a political message. You're
Mm-hmm.
speaking too loud. You got to calm it down. They don't feel safe around you, right? That's what Kendrick said, right? We're going to do a whole show in nothing but Spanish, right? I didn't like it because it was Spanish. Shut up. How you didn't like it? You don't
Man,
understand it.
people
Right?
just need to stop hating and start investing in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like these people are out there going out there and they're betting on themselves. They're doing their thing. They're transcending. They're doing different things, and that's why they shining. You
Right.
know, and
I
that's
look at
just the entertainment world. Don't limit yourself to just the entertainment world. Do something different. I heard the smart guy. Uh, the smart guy. If you know who the smart guy is, look him up. He's dope, super positive, intellectual intellectual dude. And he said, and we touched on this topic before, we don't own the platform. Like we don't own Instagram and we don't own Facebook and we don't own WhatsApp. So, like, yeah, we're creating the content. Yeah, we're putting it out on the platform and we're helping people. But to the people out there from the generation that are alpha, beta, Gen Z, the younger generations, the younger millennials, you guys should put together and create your own platform.
that's it.
Create your own platform. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We
That's
we don't need to be on this platform. It happens to be the number one thing. You know what I'm saying? But we have the resources, the information, the technology. Create your own platform.
you are so big, and it's the same thing that I watch people do. You you want to take something away to show somebody your value, right? No, build your own, right?
Just
Because
go
guess
do it.
what? Ain't nobody build. You build a target. We got if we spending billions of dollars, we can build a target,
Hmm.
right? We can
And
build a
uh,
target, right?
and
We can
there's
build.
been sorry, Cuzzo, but there's been a ton of people that have innovated and done things, whether it's been clothing or music or art or movies or, visuals. There's been a ton of people that have done it. And it doesn't matter what culture or creed they come from, like you can do it. Just got to
It's
put your mind to it.
what people don't get, right? You listen to the loudest voice screaming. If they screaming they don't like Black culture, you listen to that one, but you're not hearing the louder voices in the background saying, "Hey, we're right here with you.
Hmm.
Don't worry about it. We right here with you." Because guess what? When y'all was sitting here and hearing all these people break down hip hop, you know who was standing there with you? Them white kids, them German kids, right?
Hmm.
Them Asian kids. They was sitting there right with us, right? Because guess what? We influenced them, right? And they influenced us. So you got to understand, you are part of something that's going to bring people together. This boycott stuff is great. I understand it. I understand it. But you know what? If we're not gonna do something better with it, I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
That's what's up.
I'll leave the rest to you. We gotta do something better with it. All right.
And it's not an overnight process, but if you take the first step, as they
That's all
say.
we need. We just need that. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy. It's not. None of this is easy. If it was easy, everyone we would have done it by now.
Mhm.
If it was easy, we would have done it by now. It's not. It's a struggle, right? It's a struggle because not only are we fighting against the system, we're fighting against ourselves,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? But on that note,
That's what's up. Yo, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to the Power Up Podcast.
yes,
I'm your boy, Mazia.
and I am
And you
your
can't,
boy.
there you go.
Yeah, we can't forget everything like that. We're doing everything the way we need to do it. Tune in every week. There's
Yep.
always something going on. Watch the snippets. If you can,
Hmm.
subscribe to the podcast. Listen to it Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music. We're all over the place. All right. Follow us on Threads. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Just follow us wherever you feel like following us. All right.
That's what's up.
All right.
Repost.
Repost, please. Share it. Repost it. Interact with it. Leave us comments. Nice comments, please. We're watching. Okay. All right. If you say anything crazy, we will. Yeah. I'll leave that. I'll leave that there.
Anyhow, we'll see y'all next week, y'all.
Peace.
Varski and